Hey, what's up, everybody? Just adjusting the camera as I get set up here. We are looking at Marvel Legends 2-pack from Toys R Us. This is Spider-Man and Mary Jane Watson. Alright, so we got the side picture. Peter without his mask on. Mary Jane on the other side. Back of it. Looks good? Yeah. Alright, let's get this sucker open. Now let me warn you. That my throat's all froggy. Let me warn you that I just got done reviewing an SH Figure Arts figure, so I'm going to be pretty brutal on the Hasbro figures because it's like going from eating a steak to a hamburger. Price-wise, too. Alright, so this comes in at 40 bucks. This is a 2-pack. We'll start off with Peter here because it is Spider-Man. So, alright, typical Marvel Legends figure. Probably uses the Pizza Spider-Man build or body parts. So let's take a look at them. We got joints, thigh, double at the knee, ankle. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to the negative points there. Trust me, I see them already. Other thigh, knee joints. Yeah. You guys know how these articulation goes. I really don't need to go over that with you guys. I know you know them. I know them. If you play with any Marvel Legends figure, you know how they go. All right. So initially, when I was in the store, I looked at them in the package because I'm like, let me take a look at the paint applications, because you can do that when you're in a store. This was the best one I could find, and there are definitely blemishes in the paint right in here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but yeah, there's some splotches missing on there, right there on the ab. So when you're in the store and you see this guy and see Mary Jane, you really got to pick and choose to see which one looks the best to you. You know, I suggest going with Mary Jane because she is more unique than the Spider-Man. He is wearing his new costume from the comic. That's why you have this weird blue effect because it's supposed to be glowing, or green effect. One personal pet peeve of mine that drives me crazy on all these Spider-Man figures are the pin joints. This drives me absolutely bananas. There's no reason why Hasbro shouldn't be able to put those pins in and then paint over them. This should be blue. This should have a black line across it. Same thing goes down here. It's just blatant, shoddy work right there. You know, they can make it a 2-part pin where it's a plug and a receiver, male-female. Plug it together in the joint. Make this one blue, make the other one red. I could overlook if there's a line missing. That could be easily overlooked. But the fact that his inside joint's in here, this makes it look like a toy. That makes it look cheap. Positive, you get the Peter Parker head, which is the first time I do believe Hasbro Marvel Legends has given you a Peter Parker head this size, and for the adult Peter Parker. They did do a Ultimate Peter Parker, which was the more teenage look. Head sculpt wise, you guys can take a look at that. Nice Peter Parker look. So that's a positive. So some people are going to probably pick this up just for that head. Okay, so what other hands does he come with? He comes with a fist. He comes with his web shooter hand. 2 fists. So the web shooter hand, it comes with him already on there, and the fist on the other side. So you get the opposites on there, and then you get the open sprayed hand, so you can have him like he's climbing on a wall. Let's look at the mask. Remember, this also was hit or miss with the mask. You'll be like, what are you talking about? Let me show you. In the comics, his lenses are a little bit more reflective. I do believe they even illuminate in the comics. I could be wrong, but that's why they have this greenish tinge to it, which I think they oversprayed it way too much. I think if they would have kept it a little bit more to the outer rim, there should be more white. That's just, I think that whoever was spraying this thing went a little crazy, or the machine went crazy doing it. I personally don't like it. I think it looks very ununiformed, and I think they overdid it. I think it's very sloppy. Real quick, let me show you once again what the perfect one, quote unquote, would look like on the box. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like it looks more whitish throughout, a little bit of blue more towards the end, or green towards the end. This looks bad. So yeah, if you're buying it for this Spider-Man, I don't know what you're thinking. Here's a Spider-Man figure. Is he the best one out there? Probably not. The Pizza Spider-Man would be the best one. The positive of this is you get the Peter Parker head. So most people are going to take this Spider-Man and either sell him or throw him in a box somewhere. You can see there's just shoddy paintwork right there. So they painted on this piece, but they skipped over painting on the joint. So yeah, okay. So probably the real reason why anybody's going to buy this set, other than the Peter Parker head, is going to be Mary Jane Watson. This is the only way to get the Marvel Legends Mary Jane Watson as of right now. She comes with one accessory, which is her purse. We'll look at that first. Purse first. All right. So it's maroon, plastic, gold on the buckle. Decent looking purse. We'll put it aside for a moment. All right. So there's a blemish down here. We'll start with some of the imperfections. There's a blemish down here. A little bit down there on the ankle too. I do believe the paint is blue, so if I scrape at that, I don't think it's going to come off. It might make it worse. So let's take a theory and see what happens. It doesn't seem like it's coming off, so I'm betting that's blue because the rest of the pant leg is blue. So there's a paint defect. Anything else? No, I think the rest of her is pretty decent. There's a pin joint there where it came off the plastic sprue. Joints in the upper thighs, double jointed knees, ankle. Almost all the same as Peter, except for she has a single elbow joint while Spider-Man has a double for the highly articulation. Only two sets of hands, one open hand, one fist. And now let's get to the most important part, the face. Beautiful sculpt. I will give it that. It is a beautiful sculpt of Mary Jane. There's a little bit of extra plastic there. You can just scrape that off with your nail. Beautiful face. I love the freckles that they gave her. I love the eyes. They're spot on. It's a great look for Mary Jane. The hair has a couple tone to it, so it starts off really red up top and then moves to a darker red in the back. Another paint defect right there. Okay, so decent. Let's see how she looks with her purse on her bag. Looks a little funny. See if we can get it a little bit better. Put it under her hair. You put her hand on the bag. That might help a bit. So the bag is a little awkward, in my opinion. Maybe it's a little too big. Maybe her arms are a little too long. It looks a little funky to me. So I would not suggest keeping the bag on her. Or if you do, try to put it like more around the back. But to me, it doesn't seem like it goes well with her. It doesn't sit very well. Hangs off the back like that. Yeah, so I think it's a little too big. But they tried. So at least you get that accessory that you can probably just throw aside. Overall, though, she is a beautiful piece. She does not have a waist joint. I just noticed that. So it's one solid piece from ab to crotch. So this is all one solid piece. She doesn't twist at the waist, which is a disappointment there. I'm surprised that they did that. I'm surprised there's not just a pin in there to twist her waist. So articulation is limited in the waist section. Maybe they didn't want to break up the mold right here. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know what's up with this hand. It's kind of weird. I get the fist hand because she can be angry and she is feisty, so she could punch somebody. But this weird open hand thing, I don't get it. I don't know. So yeah, there's Mary Jane Watson. She is the only one you're ever going to get, probably. So you're probably going to have to rush out and get this one. With all its flaws. Not her, but Peter. Get Peter back out here. In the comics, they are not together, so they're not boyfriend, girlfriend, or anything like that. But it's nice that Hasbro did decide to give you a Mary Jane finally. And there's the wonderful couple of Mary Jane Watson and Peter Parker Spider-Man. Is it worth $40? Well, only way you're going to get Mary Jane. So if you really want a Mary Jane figure, the answer is yes. My advice, see if you can get a coupon. See if you can wait for a sale. Sometimes they have like a buy one, get one 40% off, which is 20% off each if you buy two of the same thing, maybe split it with somebody else. Buy it, sell Spider-Man if you really don't need the Spider-Man or don't want the Peter Parker head, or keep the Peter Parker head and sell the rest of the Spider-Man off. Do what you can to get it cheaper than what it is, because it probably should have been like probably 35 to 30 would have probably been better. But they see two Marvel Legend figures, and two Marvel Legend figures are $20 each, so they say $40. Marvel Legend exclusive Toys R Us sets are notorious for sticking around and going on clearance. Do I think that this one will? I don't think so. I think because of the uniqueness of Mary Jane, I think a lot of people want a Mary Jane figure. Also, the fact that you get an adult Peter Parker head. I don't think that this set is going to stick around. I could be wrong. I hope I am, for those who want to save some money and don't want to pick them up right away. But if you keep seeing it at the store and you keep seeing that dwindling from four is in the case. So if it goes from 4 to 1 left, I would not hesitate to pick it up once you see that there's 1 left. Because sometimes they just don't make enough of these, and next thing you know, you're dying to get this set because you thought it was going to go cheaper. So, there you go, guys. Mary Jane and Peter Parker. So, yeah, grab it if you really, really want it. If you can spare the fact that you might not get it and you're not going to pay that much money, and you're not willing to pay the extra money for it when you miss it, then you're good. Happy hunting, guys. Hope you enjoyed.